see what happens. 7:30 Eastern time tip-off with that one. And, of course, leading us to the nightcap as the New Orleans Pelicans heading back to Phoenix here for an all-important Game 5. This series all knotted up here, gentlemen, 2 apiece. No Booker, so we still have a 6.5 opening number. And with that opening number of 215.5, that has come down. I'm seeing 214, 214.5, but not a lot of movement right now on the spread. So, Ski, what do you think here, man? I guess a little home cooking, maybe exactly what Phoenix needs here tonight, along with, a healthy dose of Chris Paul here.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go too crazy like I was talking in that Memphis game, because I watched that Memphis game a lot closer than I watched that last Phoenix game. But I did hear Monty Williams after, kind of getting after the officials in a similar fashion to the way the Grizzlies coach did. So I saw the box score of 42 fouls to 15. I think it'll be more friendly for the Suns at the house, just like I said about the Grizzlies. Chris Paul, I don't think we see another 4-point game. I think he bounces back tonight. And I think you should get a good effort from the Suns defense. So I like the Suns in this game probably early and often. I just think they were a little bit embarrassed. So I'm going to rock with that. And a player prop that I've been playing a little bit here is CJ McCollum over his 10.5 rebounds plus assists. He's averaging slightly over 13 in the series. And I think he's hit it every single game. So I like that from player prop. And the total, I just kind of disagree with the direction it's going. We see both of these teams shoot like 25% from the 3 last game, and they got over 220. So you're looking at 214 tonight. That seems very doable.
Yeah, it's interesting, too. Valanciunas had his way there in that last game, Tony. They didn't seem to know what to do with him in Game 3. He was pretty much taken off the court, but they kind of left him on. They kind of went big there towards the end of that last Game 4. It worked in the New Orleans' favor here. So what do you think about tonight? Back on the road, you trust New Orleans to cover this?
I mean, they can. I think, Valanciunas and Larry Nance made the difference in that game, the one you referenced. 26, 15, and 4 for Valanciunas, 6, 7, and 3 for Nance. And it's been an interesting series because they lost Jackson Hayes to that second quarter ejection in Game 3, and the Suns immediately went on a run. So, I think that's one advantage that they kind of have in this that I didn't see coming. Because the Suns have been playing rather small most of the season. They lost Dario Saric early in the year. They had to cut Frank Kaminsky. They're kind of just riding with Jay Crowder and JaVale McGee off the bench behind DeAndre Ayton. And if those guys get in any foul trouble, that's a big deal for New Orleans. I think that they can hang on the boards. Pelicans won the battle on the glass, 48-39 last time out. Another thing that I've noticed in this series, C.J. McCollum really struggled from the free throw line uncharacteristically in Game 3. Didn't get there at all in Game 4. So I wonder if there's anything to that. I'd like to see him get more aggressive to try to back the total, because I do, agree with Ski that this number coming down to 214.5 after nobody really shot the ball well. If it stays there, it'll be the lowest total of the series. And I know people are expecting the defense to ratchet up as the series gets deeper into things, but it is a low bar. You have to expect that Cam Johnson, Cam Payne, Landry Shamet will be better than 2 for 12 from 3 that they were in New Orleans, considering that they'll be in Phoenix. Jay Crowder went 0 for 4. He's really struggled in both games in New Orleans. I think he went a combined 1 for 7. So you expect them to shoot the ball better. And if it's a tight game, I think we can get some game extension and see the over come in here. My best bet is on this game. It's a little bit of a nuanced pick, so I'll save that for coming up.
All right, good stuff there. Rob, how are you leaning in this one? Not a lot of crazy movement from the side. The total, though, you think maybe a little bit too low, knowing what we know about these two teams, or do you expect maybe everyone to ratchet it down here a little bit and play some defense tonight?
Well, I'll say this. It's not just the last game where Phoenix's three-point shooting has gone south. They're 11 for 53 last 2 games. They said somehow these games have gotten over the total. each time, right? At least over the total we're asked to lay tonight. So I could see better shooting, especially Cam Johnson, right? He's a guy that as soon as they lost Devin Booker, I expected he's going to, take up a lot of the minutes voided by Booker's absence, and he would, take up some shots and hit some threes, but it hasn't really happened for him yet. Maybe back at home, it happens right here. But if they shoot any type of percentage that they're used to shooting from 3-point range, then you have to agree with full game over in this one. As much as Valanciunas may have made a difference for New Orleans late, DeAndre Ayton has been a beast in the last 2 games. 24 of 34, 70.6% from the floor. He's put up 51 points in the last 2 games, so he's doing his part. New Orleans can't seem to handle him. Again, Phoenix is the veteran team here, and New Orleans is the upstart. I'm not going to call them young, because there's nothing young about CJ. There's nothing young about Brandon Ingram. There's nothing young about Valanciunas, Devontae Graham. But they're an upstart-type team. I think the experience shows up from the opening tip here in this game. I think it's an angry team. Chris Paul, listen, Alvarado got under his skin late in that game. He's very, very pesky, a lot of energy, and I think Chris Paul with a day off, that's the beauty of the playoffs, right? You get a day off in between for all these veteran players. I think he comes out early and plays well. I like Phoenix first half. They've won every single first half in this series by more than 3.5 points. The only one they didn't cover, they laid 5.5 and won by 5, 61-56. So they've been the better first half team for sure. And where the total is concerned, the points have come in the second half of all these games. I could go over the numbers real quick. If you look at the second halves here, 122, 122, 118, and 121. Phoenix first half I like. Full game total. If Phoenix shoots anything from 3, which I think they will, you got to like that as well. So maybe those are 2 ways here to go. And I meant to say this last game, but I like the way when you ask Ski what he likes in the Memphis-Minnesota game, he said, I'm going to tell you a couple of ways to win money. Not what I like. This is how you win money. You play these things. So there's some confidence there that I like.